And good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, or good evening, whatever it is your time of the day. Today we're going to begin, or I'm going to begin with the reproductive system, and this should be fun. Never did this at home. Take a look at Bart Simpson there. This is going to be a short video screencast number one of the reproductive system, but it's part of 6.6 homeostasis. It's the back end of that. So the endocrine system and the reproductive system is all in 6.6. This is just a couple of the little facts about that before we get into the two systems. All right, so if we go through, there's our good friend, William Harvey again. And the understanding here is his investigation of sexual reproduction in deer. And so, William Harvey. All right. So let's go over these theories. Okay, so with that, we have a page, and and we'll read. So 339 is the page to read, but I am going to go over verbally the seed and soil theory of Aristotle and how Harvey put it into it. So there we have a little diagram here. So if you look on the left, one of the earliest theories as to how animals reproduce sexually was called the soil and seed theory proposed by Aristotle. According to this theory, as you can see there, the male produces a seed, which forms an egg. When mixed with the menstrual blood meant to be the soil, the egg then develops into a fetus inside the mother, according to the information contained within the male seed only. There was nothing there about anything with an egg, no knowledge of an egg. So you can see the seed there. So the soil and seed theory was popular for hundreds of years until it was eventually debunked by William Harvey. That's one of the reasons why we love him. So what did he do? He studied the sexual organs of a female deer after mating in an effort to identify the developing embryo. He was not able to detect a growing embryo until approximately 7 weeks after mating had occurred. And from that, he concluded that Aristotle's theory was incorrect. Menstrual blood did not contribute to the development of a fetus. However, Harvey was able to identify the correct mechanism for sexual reproduction and incorrectly asserted that the fetus did not develop from a mixture of male and female seed. So that wasn't done then. Again, so our modern theory that we spoke about in right before the genetics came along, just a few years after the death of William Harvey. All right, so along with this one, then we also want to take a look at a sex development, or a sex determination in this case here. So we all know or remember, hopefully, that humans have 46 chromosomes, 22 pairs, and a pair of sex chromosomes. Females possess two copies of the X chromosome, and male possess an X and a Y. So this sex determination is actually talking about the gene on the Y chromosome that causes testes to form. Okay, so let's get the notes up here and I can discuss it. It's easier that way. All right, so the Y chromosome contains a special gene called an SRY gene. Okay, and that's called a sex determining region Y. So SRY leaving the determining bond. So sex determining region Y, which leads to male development. So the SRY gene codes for a factor called testes determining factor, TDF, that causes the embryonic gonads, the sex organs, to develop into testes. And in the absence of TDF, i.e., no Y chromosome, the gonads will develop into ovaries. So SRY gene produces TDF, which produces testes. In the absence of TDF, no Y chromosome, ovaries. The male and female gametes produce different hormones then for sex characteristics. And as we discussed in the last chapter, what we'll discuss a little further here, testes produce testosterone, and the ovaries will produce estrogen and progesterone. But more on those hormones a little bit later on. That concludes this video.